Hi, my name's Gavin. I'm the president and CEO of Qux. And as you can see, we have the home page pulled up. And if you look over here, this right here is what we're calling right now the advanced pre-release box. And this right here is one of our original prototypes that's never been set up. Now, there are a handful of people who got involved with the test pilot program that weren't able to get their boxes set up. And since the test program is essentially all but over at this point, they've been contacting us wondering, how do I get my box updated? And there's been a series of updates that we did throughout the test program to get everybody up to where we currently all are with all the different features and stuff. However, there's a concern of, oh, will my prototype not work? And the answer is absolutely, your prototype will work. We've just got to get you updated. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate how to update your prototype if you haven't actually taken it out of the box yet and participated. So first thing you're going to want to do when you get your device is you're going to want to take it, and you're going to have a couple of different items in here. You've got your power cord, your HDMI plug, and your remote. Now I've already got a remote HDMI plug and all that out, so I'm going to go ahead and just put this aside for now. And we're just going to go ahead and use the plugs I have. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and unplug the advanced pre-release box. I'm going to go ahead and plug in the prototype. So I'm going to plug in the Ethernet, the HDMI cord, and the power cord. Like that. There you go. And then this little dongle here, this is what allows you to activate and use your remote. So go ahead and just put that in one of the HDMI ports. Now you look, once it plugs in, it boots up. You see the Qux logo. And the box will actually say boot on it, and that's just basically it's turning on. Okay, so as you can see, even though this box has been sitting around for a while and hasn't been activated and hasn't gone through all the different updates, the server was able to identify the box, locate it, and recognize it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and allow to access the files on your device. And something I should mention is I didn't have to connect it to the Wi-Fi because I have it plugged into the Ether cord into my modem. And if you want optimum use of your Qux box, I highly recommend using the Ether connection, because sometimes Wi-Fi based on location inside the home or whatever can be a little unstable. So we'll go ahead and install SkyTube. SkyTube is an open source application that we created our own version of that allows us to watch YouTube videos without YouTube analytics being engaged. So by having SkyTube inside Qux, we're able to watch YouTube videos while at the same time Google's not able to see any of the activity inside Qux. So go ahead and install SkyTube. Go ahead and let it install. And once the app's installed, hit done. Because if you open it, what'll happen is it'll take you to SkyTube. Now what this actually is a version of YouTube, but it's not YouTube. So if you want, you actually can come in to SkyTube and watch content. So with Qux, you're able to browse through YouTube using SkyTube without SkyTube getting any of your data analytics. If for whatever reason you've gone into SkyTube and you want to get back into Qux, just simply push the home button on the remote and it takes you back to SkyTube. I'm sorry, it takes you back to Qux. So now it's asking to install Qux Media. So go ahead and install that. And the app's installed. So now we're going to go ahead and open it. Now right away, you're going to see a pop-up that says new version of it is available. Please restart your Qux box for latest updates. If you have a prototype and haven't gone through any of the updating process, you're just simply going to have to go through all this. Always allow your Qux media to access photos, medias, and files on the device, because that's simply the device installed. That's simply the software getting installed in your box. Let's go ahead and allow. Okay, now the Qux update, that's a very unique piece of software we created. Is not an app or an update, but what we call an update, because it's sort of a hybrid between an update and an application. And what it does is it installs the software into the Qux box when it first gets plugged in. Now it says app not installed. And what you probably are going to end up is a situation where it does this loop. That's perfectly fine. Okay, so now on your remote, you're going to see a button that has 3 parallel lines. That's the settings button right here. So what you do is just hit that button, and it's going to take you to settings. What you do is you go down to extra settings, then you go down to more settings, and then you go all the way down to system. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and update the box under advanced. And we're going to update it to Android 9. Now this is our own version of Android that you're updating to, and it's updating from our server. So go ahead and select the online update. Okay, and the first update you should see is fix a bug that the mouse can't be used sometimes, etc. Go ahead and download that update. You'll see a little blue bar running across the bottom indicating how far along the update process. Okay, and go ahead and hit the update right now button. Basically what this means is don't disrupt the Qux system while it's updating. So go ahead and update. And then you should see this indicating that it's updating the system. So after it updates itself, it'll reboot. And you'll see the Qux logo go through its cycle. Then it should go to this system is starting page. And what'll happen is it'll just stay on this page, and that's fine. What you need to do is go back to your remote and hit the settings button again. And then you're going to go right back down to extra settings. And then you're going to go down to more settings. And you're going to go all the way down to the bottom and go into system. And then you're going to go into advanced. But this time what we're going to do is a reset option. So on here, what we're going to do is we are going to erase all data, factory reset. Now something I want to mention here is that when doing the factory reset, this demonstrates that we actually are in full control of the software and the encryption. Something I want you to take note of down here is it says reset phone. Now that has nothing to do with your actual phone. What it is this actually is revealing that Qux identifies as a phone because the components we put into the box is our hardware camouflage. So your internet service provider, as far as they're concerned, your Qux box is just an Android 9 phone. So go ahead and hit the reset phone button, erase everything. Now what's interesting is the fact that we're able to erase everything out of this box, which I'm going to demonstrate, and reinstall the operating system, is a capability demonstration that yes, we are in full control of the back end of our own hardware. So what you should see is after you select it, it's erasing everything from the box, quite literally. If you're using Wi-Fi, you're going to have to reconnect your Wi-Fi because it's going to erase the password and everything. So the box will reboot up once it's done erasing itself. Okay, so now we're back to this page, so go ahead and allow. If you hit deny on accident, that's okay. Just go ahead and hit allow. Okay, so again, we're going to reinstall SkyTube. So basically what I'm doing is I'm going through all the different stages of updates we did during the test program that you may have skipped. And so when you update your prototype, you've got to go through all those steps. And that's what I'm demonstrating. Okay, so once the app's installed, hit done. And then go ahead and install Qux Media. Go ahead and open Qux Media. Now it'll say new version is available. Please restart your Qux box for the latest update. Go ahead and just click the update button. Hit allow. And go ahead and install the update. App installed. Hit open. And so now what it's doing is it's installing the latest version of the operating system. And NewPipe is another application similar to SkyTube. When you see the NewPipe option, that means you're at the last update stage. So go ahead and install NewPipe. Okay, so go ahead and hit done. And then when you get to this page, this means we've gone through all the updates. It's time to register the device. Now, if you look, I've got a keyboard, a game controller, and a mouse. And what you need to understand is quite literally your Qux box is a mini computer. And if you notice, it's got 2 ports here on the side for USB. So what I like to do when I'm setting up a box is, you know, the remote's great and all, but sometimes there's long passwords or things like that. So it's actually quite easy to set your Qux box up with a mouse and a keyboard. So as you can see, I've got my mouse going. Probably should have a mouse pad. I highly recommend plugging in a keyboard and a mouse. You also, if you don't have an old school keyboard, you can always hit the settings button on your remote and go to Bluetooth. And you can go ahead and pair, like if you have a Bluetooth keyboard and mouse, you can go ahead and pair that to your Qux box. So I'm just showing you that. So to get out of settings and go back to the home page, you just hit the home button. And we're back here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and continue to accept the terms and conditions. You can also go to qux.tv and read our privacy policy. All right, so let's go ahead and register the box. All right, so right here, I'm going to go ahead and put my first name. You can hit the tab button on your keyboard. Or I'll just use a mouse, easy enough. Okay. Okay, make sure you use the same name and email address that you used to buy the device. And it'll probably say, oops, our record shows we already have an account associated with this account. That's a good thing, because what that means is we've been able to, in the server, we've been able to identify your box as belonging to you. So go ahead and log in. Go ahead and put the email address that you used to buy your device. And as you can see, it's a lot easier with the mouse and keyboard to go through the registration. Now obviously you can do it with the remote, but it's a little bit more time consuming. So I'm already in the system. But what I'll do is I'll go ahead and add a user so that you can see what that's like. So when you first, it'll ask you to create a user account. And so this is where you need to make sure your name and username match what you have inside the QUX website. So if we look inside my user account, we see that I've got my first, last name, email, and username. You're going to want to make sure that that information matches what you put in here, otherwise it won't connect. Now what you'll see here is enter a PIN. What the PIN is so that you can access the user account without having to go through email login. So it's a shortcut. And then as far as ratings are concerned, these ratings represent what kind of content you want access to inside QX. And each rating includes everything previous. So if you chose youth, you're only going to get youth content. If you choose Y7, you're going to get Y7 and Y. If you choose PG-14, you're going to get PG-14, Y7 and Y, and etc. And what we have is we've got a free speech category, a questionable category, and an X category. Now some people are wondering, is there X-rated content on QX? No. What this does is allow us to make sure that that category is there, so that if and when people choose to go in that path on their own, we have a way of keeping it isolated from everybody else. Okay, so we'll go ahead and enter a PIN. And I'm going to go ahead and put the free speech category and submit. Okay, so now you'll have your profile set up and you're able to go inside. So go ahead and click and enter your PIN. And now you're inside QX on the home page. This is the home page where we've got all this different type of content. And this is the portal universe. And this is where you actually can see content people made. These are recent portals. So if you come over here and go under See All, it takes you to the search area, and go ahead and click on the filter, and let's just go ahead and go with popularity and apply filter. It fills up with all the content. So as you can see, the test pilots and advanced pre-release viewers of QX have been quite busy creating content on here. If you back up, you can come down here, and these are the live videos that are on right now. So if you look over here, this is where the live chat area is. And you can go ahead and come in here and say, hello everyone. And as you can see, this is why we call it a social media console, because you're quite literally turning your television into a full-blown internet experience. So, a couple things I want to go over. Over here on the side, you'll see that we've got the search bar, the home, portals, apps, the store, shopping cart, and favorites. And another feature that's going to be added soon is cable television, and we are going to have cable TV subscription available on QX. Some of these aren't working right now, such as the apps and the store, because we're finishing up the development of some of that. The store will be opening up soon, and the apps we expect to have opened up later this year. So that's basically it. I just walked you through setting up a prototype that's actually never been set up before. And as you can see, no matter what stage in development your device is, it can always be uploaded to the current version of QUX. The reason why we had to go through this process with the prototypes is because this device was actually part of the test program where we developed QUX. If you have one of the advanced pre-release boxes, you're not going to have to go through these stages. Your box will literally be as easy as plugging it in and going straight to registration. But if you have a prototype and you haven't set it up, it's okay. You should be able to set it up through the steps we just went through, And again, if you're having any trouble or if you need any help, feel free to call me. I'm always available. 330-557-2230. 330-557-2230. And thank you for being part of QUX.
Introducing the Portal Universe only on QUX. This is America's first super app. Easily build your portal, share and monetize video content, live stream, products, music, apps, and more. Engage in live chats and private video messaging. This isn't just a TV box or streaming device. This is your social television console. Become a merchant without any setup or monthly fees. Buy and sell using QUX tokens for private and secure encrypted transactions. You control the ads you watch. You control the content you see. You have easy access to products and services you want, all at the press of a button. QUX brings people together, enhances fellowship, community, and networking capabilities while protecting privacy like never before. Don't wait. Get yours before the sale ends. Go to QUX.tv right now and order your QUX TV box today. Be part of a new digital frontier.